Bonjour, YouTube. Welcome to the first Manchester United women's review of the new season. Second game of pre-season, the first official sort of game. The first game was up against Blackburn Rovers, which ended at 10-1. This is a much different game, much more difficult game. A couple of new signings played today, but there's also a few players left out who were deep to the World Cup, such as Greenwood and Jackie Roynan. And a couple of the players, like Martha Harris, wasn't playing due to injury, I believe. And new signing Mary Earps was on the bench. She did not come on today, but Emily Ramsey instead starting in goal. Let's go into the lineup for today's game. It was Man United versus Valerenga. We're the away team, obviously, travelling to Norway for this game. So it's pre-season match. By the way, just before I go into it, Valerenga were in the middle of their season, whereas this is Man United's first game of the new season. So since the Blackburn game, which was just a training game, so this is pretty much the first against much more difficult opposition than Blackburn Rovers. Loads of big names in this team, but that's the main thing. Going into Manchester United's lineup, which I'll finally do. Emily Ramsey in goal, the young goalkeeper, trying to make her name. Made a few mistakes this game that did lead to a couple goals. Especially the first one. The second one, not necessarily. That was a brilliant shot. But anyway, Emily Ramsey in goal, Kirsty Smith, Millie Turner, Amy Palmer, and Kirsty Hansen at the back. Yeah, you can already know that's not the strongest back line, and it got exposed massively today. That is not going to be the lineup on the game against City. First thing, Alex Greenwood will come in at left back. A new signing, Abby McManus, will come in. But more importantly, right back is a massive gaping hole, if you will, for this team. I don't know how it's going to really play out, but they need a new right back. That is definitely needed. The right hand side was just easily exposed because we know Greenwood can slot into left back and should be a much better player. We know that, but right back is still a big gap that Man United need to fill. Will they? I don't know when this window closes for women's football, so I'm not exactly too sure how long they have left to bring in a new player. But I hope it did expose quite a lot this match about what United need to do, especially if they do make it into Europe. But anyway, moving on into midfield. New signing, Hayley Ladd getting a run out. Also new signing Jane Ross starting today. Kind of played down the middle. Jess Sigsworth playing out right, with Leg Alton out left. So now I'm going to midfield. Hayley Ladd, Lauren James and Ella Toone. Expected a lot more, especially from Lauren James this game. Played in the under 19s European Championship with England. Expected a lot more. She's way stronger than so many players on that pitch. Should have played a lot better this game, to be honest. Ella Toone had a pretty quiet match as well, having a couple shots. And then on the bench, two youth players in Charlotte Newsam and Maria Edwards. Lizzie Arna also on the bench alongside Molly Green, with brand new goalkeeper Mary Earps, who has been assigned the number 27, Jane Ross assigned the number 19, Hayley Ladd assigned the number 12. Jackie looks like she'll be 14 potentially. But anyway, as I said, this opposing side, they're deep into their season, so it's taken way too long. I was going to go into the goal scorers. But it was a pretty good start, slowly, and then boom, Valerenga just pushed up, scoring after just 5 minutes. Kind of just showing United, look, this is what they do. Yes, I know they're in the middle of the season, but United then had to get a lot more into it at this point, but they just couldn't. Valerenga push again and scored another goal, a really well taken strike. There was a foul potentially on the build-up, but it's a pre-season match. I won't go too much into that. On the 9th minute, they were 2-0 up. They were much the better side. Emily Ramsey did not have the greatest starts at this point. Took her a bit to get into the match. Those 2 goals really did hamper early in this game after it's 9 minutes to be 2-0 down. But she got more into the game, made some brilliant saves as well. Still only very young, so still a lot more to do. Then Valerenga were just pretty much the better team throughout this entire match. But then 24th minute, Jess Sigsworth scores after the goalkeeper spills it from an Elatoon shot. 2-1 at this point. Unfortunately, United couldn't muster up anything else. Some great play by Elatoon down the wing and Leah Galton, but it was mainly not the best from Manchester United. Ramsey made a couple good saves going into it, especially towards like the back end of the first half. From about half an hour onwards, they went very good. Sometimes the defence was good, but it wasn't the best. A defence, it does need to. That's not going to be the defence, obviously. McManus, Greenwood automatically get thrown into that lineup. And then sorting out a right back as well needs to be a thing. But anyways, 2-1 at half time by this. And then that was it at half time. Going into the second half, no changes for either side. Very quickly, Hayley Ladd, about 50th minute, picking up her first yellow card from Manchester United. Really not too sure how these new players will fit in. That's still yet to be seen, and because they're new players, it will take them a while to get into the match, into this team. So that has to be considered. Same with Jackie, who didn't play today, to get in with the team. Attendance was just over 7,100 at the match, which is incredible to have at a pre-season friendly like this. Substitution came then, 57th minute. Hayley Ladd, new signing after her debut, coming off for Molly Green, with the score still at 2-1. And then 62nd minute, fellow new signing Jane Ross coming off for Lizzie Arnott, with the score still tied at 2-1. Then the 64th minute, 3-1, Valerenga score, and at this point they just went for it. 67th minute, having yet another chance. Brilliant block by Leah Galton at this point. But couple crosses, couple more opportunities for United heading into about the 70th minute. Then 75th minute, 4-1. Got in behind our right hand side, which has got exposed today. That right hand side completely, especially at right back. It needs to be worked on. Maybe new player, youth player possibly could come through, but they need to improve it. Obviously, this team will change up a bit from the game that we'll play against Manchester City. I think there's still one more game that United play in Norway this weekend, this Wednesday. I think they play it on Saturday. I might be wrong. Don't know if it's going to be on MUTV, but yeah. And then Leah Galton moving to centre back towards the end of the match. But that's really it. Amy Palmer took a knock, but she seemed to be fine. Came back on to play, which is good. Then youth player Mariah Edwards came onto the pitch, which is good to see. A youth player being bred into the team. And if just to see her play, maybe could play a couple of games in the cup matches. We could potentially see her a little bit more. Had a very big chance towards the end of the match. Brilliant shot, curling it just past the right post. Unfortunate to not go in, but that's how the game ends. 4-1. It's unfortunate for Manchester United to lose the opening game of the season in this pre-season fixture. But first pre-season for Manchester United women. Well, it's kind of second after beating Blackburn, but that was like unofficial. It wasn't on MUTV or anything. Anyway, leave a like, subscribe for more Manchester United women's reviews, and bye.